it's a hot one. Nothing like spending the day on the lake. Zack here from Frontenac Outfitters Canoe and Kayak Center. Today we're having a close look at the Tsunami 125 series of kayaks from Wilderness Systems. So the Tsunami series of kayaks is available in multiple sizes. Today we're going to focus on the 125 or the 12.5 foot version. It's a great kayak for multiple size users. So let's have a look at some of the features close up. So starting up at the bow, it has a nice flared bow section here, which is going to be really good for deflecting chop and waves off of the side of the kayak rather than coming over top and over the deck of the kayak. The carry handle is attached to a bungee line here, so it's going to be really good for drawing that carry handle back in when not in use. The 125 includes full perimeter lines around the sides of the kayak, which is a nice safety feature in the event of any on-water rescues or just hanging onto your buddy's boat. This bungee here is going to be used to tuck a paddle underneath if we need to use both hands for something, for checking a map, etc. We can just tuck our paddle in underneath that bungee there. Sliding back, we have our first bulkhead access hatch cover. So they're a nice tight fitting, pliable rubber. They are tied in place, so you don't have to be too worried about losing them. They can certainly degrade over time, so it's something you want to keep an eye on. Inside, we have a foam bulkhead. And what that bulkhead does is separate the cockpit from the rest of the kayak, creating pockets of air in here to help float the kayak in the event of a capsize. The other added benefit, well, we can store gear in there for a weekend camping trip. Coming a little further back, again, we've got bungee here. Now there's a really neat bungee setup as well as the mesh deck bags that are included with the Tsunami 125. And these guys here, as you can see, it's a mesh bag, so you can tuck all kinds of stuff in there, keep it close at hand, and then just put your cover on top. If you don't want to use them, they're fully removable. And then we have this integrated bungee that can be configured in different ways. Underneath this, there's another cleat here, so we can configure the bungee into a different direction if we choose to do that and forego using the deck bags. Coming a little further back, we have our cockpit, using a slightly smaller cockpit than maybe what's in the Pungo, but still fairly easy to get in and out of. The nice thing about this is we have adjustable thigh pads in here that are really comfortable, fully adjustable, so depending on the height of the paddler, we can kind of configure where those thigh pads are to get the best fit and the best performance out of this kayak. Coming back to the seat itself, it's utilizing the Phase 3 seat, which is going to be the same one that we're going to find in the Pungo series of kayaks, designed with comfort in mind. High backrest that's adjustable. It can slide down into a lower position or into a higher position to give us better back support. The seat pan in it is adjustable so that we can lift it up to bring our legs in contact with the thigh braces, giving us ultimate control. The backrest can be replaced with a back band to make wet entries, rescues, and that type of thing much easier, but this is definitely designed with comfort in mind. The beauty thing about the Tsunami, it's not really designed as a full touring, it's a light touring kayak, so we're really trying to blend that performance and comfort as opposed to just going full out for performance with a, an integrated back band to just kind of wedge us in place. The comfort in this guy is next level for sure. Inside the cockpit, we have fully adjustable foot braces, so you can really dial in the fit for your legs to get them into that comfort position. Also on the inside, we have there's a bottle holder in here, which is a really neat feature. So right on the bottom side of the deck here, there's a nice little slot there that you can slide a water bottle into to keep it close at hand so it's not rolling around or sitting on the top of the deck just baking in the sun. Behind the seat, we've got lots of space here. We can store a few things like our safety kit in front of the bulkhead behind the seat. And then again, we've got that full foam bulkhead in place there to keep our rear compartment dry. As we come further back, we have a lock point here, so we could attach a cable lock or something to this if we're going to be leaving the kayak somewhere overnight and we want to make sure it's locked up. Just behind the cockpit, we've got some bungee here, again, mainly just for securing gear. On the back side, we'll also find that we've got full perimeter cord, again, a nice safety feature built into this light touring kayak. Inside here, we've got a nice big oval hatch opening, plenty of room inside of there. We could store some camping gear. Again, not a full touring kayak, but we could easily get away with doing a weekend trip. These hatch covers do fit really tight on these kayaks, so you're gonna wanna treat them every once in a while with like a silicone lubricant so that they pop on and off really easily. On the back, again, same idea as the front. We've got our carry handle attached to a bungee, so it keeps it in here nice and snug when it's not in use. The Tsunami is rudder ready, so we can attach the Wilderness Systems XL rudder kit to this guy if you want the capability of adding a rudder to it. Fairly easy to do. We do them at the shop here. It doesn't take long to do. They're all set up. tubes are run, just a matter of clicking in that rudder and running the cables and you're good to go. All right, let's flip it over and have a look at the hull. The hull on the Tsunami is, it's great. It's a lot like the Pungo in the sense it's just narrower, but it has this multi-chine hull, so really designed with tracking and stability in mind. Not much rocker, so it's not the most maneuverable kayak, but it's only 12.5 feet long, so it does turn fairly easily. You can engage the edges and perform edge turns with it. Sweep strokes, it's very responsive too, but the beauty of it is it tracks really, really well with minimal effort or correction strokes. You just start paddling, it paddles in a straight line. And the reason for that is the design of the hull. We've got this nice shallow V hull that has this big keel all the way down to the stern. These two flat cross sections here, and then what we would call a multi-chine hull. So on here it goes to another flat spot and then up to another flat spot. So we've got 1, 2, 3 flat surfaces per side. So when we get this kayak on edge, it balances really, really well. Sliding down to the back, this is a big reason on why the Tsunami tracks so well. It has almost an integrated skeg built into it. It's not a true drop down skeg, but the way that this is shaped really helps, you know, control the direction of the kayak without a lot of correction strokes, and really wants to travel in a straight direction with your input. The other nice feature on the Tsunami series is the removable skid plate. So if we are in the position where we need to maybe drag our boat up on shore, this skid plate here is going to take the wear. It is replaceable, a couple of screws in here, so if you do find that you're getting a lot of wear on here, you can replace this and put a new one in rather than wearing a hole in the bottom of your kayak. So the Tsunami 125, just under 13 feet at 12 foot 9 inches, weighs about 49 pounds. So it's not ultra light, but it's not super heavy either. Definitely manageable with 2 people. By yourself, not overly difficult either, especially if you've got something like a kayak cart to help you lug it around. Well, let's take it out for a spin, get some on-water experience with it. All right, Tsunami 125 on the water. Well, it's a lot of fun. Everything I want it to be. I mean, this is a great entry-level kayak, or if you're looking for something that's easy to paddle, that's comfortable, that you have a lot of control over, you have the ability to add a spray deck or a spray skirt to it to, you know, maybe paddle in a little bit more challenging water. Overall, the stability on it is fantastic. It feels planted. It's got great secondary stability. I can get this right over on edge. I feel confident without, you know, tipping all the way over. Obviously, this kayak will go all the way over, but you know, this is probably a boat you could learn to roll in too. A little bit wide, so it would be a little difficult to, you know, if you're not an advanced roller already, to get that down. But I don't see why you couldn't. Thigh hooks in it, they're placed perfectly for me, but have that adjustability in it that you can maneuver them around to get that perfect fit. I really like the leg lock system on it by lifting those thighs up and really bringing my legs up into here. For being a small boat, I don't feel like I'm oversized in it. I think, you know, we could get away with putting smaller people in it, and also someone slightly larger than me. Not too much bigger, but certainly a larger paddler could definitely fit in this kayak. Overall speed is great. I mean, it's an efficient little kayak. It's not the fastest kayak in the world by any means, but I think for where it sits in its category, it tracks really well. It has a decent little hull speed to it, probably doing 3-4 miles an hour in it fairly easily. So it's going to keep up, you know, with your group paddles, with people in kayaks of a similar size. If you're out paddling with, you know, folks in full length performance touring boats, well, you might have to work a little harder to keep up. But overall, it's a fantastic little package that's at a great price point too. Overall, 2 thumbs up for the Tsunami 125 on-water performance. I think it's fantastic. The backrest is really comfortable. I'd probably swap it out maybe for a back band, just because I find them a little more comfortable. But if you like that taller back support, then it's a great, I mean, it is a comfortable seat, I'm not gonna lie. Easy to lean back in and just, you know, really kind of get comfortable, especially on a long day on the water. Overall, pretty happy. See you later. So this has been a review of the Wilderness Systems Tsunami 125 kayak. If you have any questions, feel free to send us an email or give us a phone call. If you ever want to come take it out for a test paddle, we're here 7 days a week to do just that. As always, thanks a lot for watching.